Andor episodes 1 to 3 showed us flashbacks to Cassian's childhood on Kenari. Suddenly we see a ship crash land, and the villagers, who all appear to be children and teenagers, investigate. At the site of the crash they find dead and dying men who all sport the separatist emblem on their uniforms, yet the interior of the ship they arrived in is distinctly Republic. Some fans are calling this a plot hole, but I don't think it is. I think this disparity is deliberately meant to be confusing to fans, and we're supposed to be left questioning the discrepancy. When Marva and Clem Andor investigate the crash, Marva says they were Republic officers, and considering Rogue One's source material has already told us that the Andor couple have separatist sympathies, I'm inclined to take Marva at her word. Maybe the Andor couple are the ones who struck the ship down. Now, in my opinion, the reason the officers were wearing separatist outfits was probably to frame the CIS for the bioweapon that the ship was clearly about to unload. Now, we're going to have to wait for an actual answer, and I do think there are more to these flashbacks, but today, my dear friends, I want to focus on Cassian, and something which I've seen a lot of fans speculate about, but which I think is wrong, and that is the nature of what took place on Kenari, and why Cassian Andor's backstory might be misleading. Let's dive into this. In the show, we're told that Kenari was abandoned due to an accident that made the air toxic. It's even called the Imperial mining accident, implying that this took place after the fall of the Republic. But I'm going to argue that this was a cover-up. Knowing how their propaganda worked, a lot of accuracy and details were omitted by the Empire's retelling of history, just like the way they skewed the history of the Jedi Order. Now, if this is a cover-up, then I'm inclined to believe the accident actually took place a long time ago, even before the Clone Wars. Now, the one thing that stands out the most about the tribe that we see on Kenari is that there are no adults, and something to note is that the clothing of the tribe does not look as primordial and rustic as you might expect. Even one kid has an orange safety jacket, one which they clearly got from someone else and did not create for themselves. This is because, according to my theory, the tribe of children are not native to Kenari. Cassian and the rest of them are the descendants of the miners who survived the accident. They eked out a lifestyle that was survivalist and basic, but the planet was not revisited until the Clone Wars. The Empire lied about the event, and even lied about Kenari being uninhabitable. At the time, the Republic thought it was so embarrassing, so they covered it up. And so the reason they're so frantic about Cassian being from Kenari is they don't want him to expose any of the lies. And more proof that the Republic was involved in a cover-up, which the Empire later lied about, is the fact that the Andor couple arrives on the planet with gas masks, having heard of the toxicity in the air, but they leave without needing them. I suspect Marva and her husband had been investigating the lies of the Republic for some time, and Kenari was just one in a number of planetary stops. This narrative is very new for Star Wars and flips our understanding and sympathies during the Clone Wars on its head. In the Clone Wars animated series and the prequels, we tend to side with the Republic, their clone army, and the Jedi who fought in the name of their allegiance. But corruption, deceit, and war crimes were present in both parties. I made a whole video about this, but even the fact that Clem, Andor's father, would be hung by the Republic some years after the initial flashbacks in this show is a dark truth you never see from the Republic in the animated shows. But as I say, guys, I'm sure there is more to the flashbacks than what we've seen so far. I can't wait to see the way the show continues to explore this backstory. Really interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. What do you make of my theory? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video.